out before we get too much further. Of course, Unforgiven broke an LEC record yesterday on Draven. With the largest goal difference at 15 on the champion ever. Cheers for the Yuumi ban.
I could get behind that.
And of course, speaking of those Draven numbers, he was up 4,146 gold at 15, breaking Hans Sammer's record of 3,907 gold, which is an extraordinary feat.
That's like halfway to just going into practice tool and clicking the gold button. My God, you guys got an absolute bank in that last game. But looking through these bans, I think that Kalista ban is really, really telling. I actually think SK are the best Kalista team in Europe. Mad Lions not letting them have that. Of course, SK in one of their games on their current win streak of 3 wins in a row was on that champion. Of course, that is a shared champion between the two of them. The other champion, which is shared, well, actually there's 2. There's Zeri, and then there's Draven. Question is Draven going to start coming into the minds of these two teams? Because they have both loved kill lane bot lanes. It's something that both these teams have been drafting towards. It's something that the LPL has done a lot this split. Well, they always kind of do. They always fight at that point. But these two teams in particular have loved going for aggressive 2v2s after that break we had just a little while ago.
Absolutely do, and we're just waiting on that final ban from SK. Will be the Zeri, another one of those very popular picks. Saw Kobe pop off on that last time.
So there is only one shared AD carry left, and that is the Draven, so keep an eye out for that from the draft. Of course, Poppy banned as well. So you're looking at a lot of the picks which have been prevalent this week with the new patch coming in, 12-13, are kind of starting to go. The Gwen, of course, another one that's changed at this point. Of course, another one which has kind of been, not been changed, but has been flourishing in the meta is that Sylas. But this is a potential answer to it. Something that Nisqy was playing to get that early mid lane priority. Actually, it really
I'm seeing the hovers, and I'm like, some of these look so exciting, and I'd love for one of them to get logged in, but it would be a little bold.
GenX plays a whole lot of stuff.
He does.
But yeah, I mean, that Taliyah will really shift this draft already. It's already heading towards Nisqy being able to shove and roam and play towards Mad Lions' playstyle.
It might just go back to the old faithful then, and the crowd perhaps a touch disappointed, but we all know this champion's still very strong. But the match up into that Taliyah will be the Sylas. Of course, you could steal away the ult a little bit like you used to with TF and match the roams, and at the minute with so many good ults.
Is that the Thieves' Wall?
I feel that's not the best name for that. We'll workshop it.
Okay.
That's what we'll do. Says the player who's now going to have to think about it.
Yes, there you go. I have taken your brain power away from you.
It wasn't much to begin with.
Well, going to have to be putting a lot of brain power up towards this top side of the map for both of these teams, because when you have a champion like Gangplank versus Gnar, that can be a bit of a flippy matchup, particularly when Mad Lions have been putting a lot of pressure up towards that top side. While they've picked towards kill lanes 2v2, they have also been going and ganking top, pushing and roaming, going top very often as a team. So GenX is going to have to showcase his defensive skills alongside the rest of his team covering for him.
Yes, and the King of the Jungle currently in the LEC locks in the Troll King for his pick. Does mean we've got our mid-jungle sorted for the side of Mad Lions. We'll see whether SK decide that's their choice as well. Got a few options still available to them. I might want to do it before the pool gets pinched too much. And Gilius goes back to the Jarvan he found a lot of success with yesterday.
Okay, so already this Taliyah going to feel a little bit awkward in the early game. If you are shoving and you shove into a Jarvan who is ready and waiting, that gets really, really awkward. Question is, though, of course, if you get that third wave crash on the bot side, whether supports enter that equation. Next phase of the draft, I think for me, has to be seeing what can start getting that shove early, because I think that affects the entire map. If SK get a winning bot lane, that is going to affect their mid-jungle, which has been really where their power has come from. Watch for those kill lanes from SK to stop Mad Lions rolling.
Both teams right now banning away even more bot lanes. That Draven gone from SK Gaming, the Ezreal on the other side, and we're getting that pool increasingly pinched. Of course, old faithfuls like the Jinx and the Aphelios are still up, but I'm still hoping for something a little spicy out of these bot lanes.
Well, as we've been saying, a lot of these teams have been going to, well, these two teams have been...
Okay.
Yeah, well, Unforgiven's played a couple of things beforehand. Of course, SK were playing with Gadget, who was the bot lane Karthus player.
Bot lane Orianna player back in the day.
Unicorns Love when they were qualifying from the LCL. But looking at champions which are coming in, I mean, I'm wondering whether we are actually going to start falling down the kind of the tier list and going towards something like a Lucian Nami. Actually, Mad Lions say, no, you're not. Get rid of the Lucian.
So many bot lane focuses at this point. See what's left on the docket. Of course, we did mention those old school crit carries from Spring. Might still be the option here. The Aphelios being hovered, and Jezu's a mean player of it, so could definitely lock it in.
Yeah, and then of course you can kind of hold your last pick for some kind of enchanter. You already have enough engage on your team. You can actually go towards something like the Lulu. Lulu's something that, of course, we've been seeing that a little bit out of the likes of BDS. They picked in the FLS plus enchanter last time. Gives your FLS some ability to help roll out, helps them get move speed to keep in the fray. But Mad Lions now have to pick their duo together. Something like a Jinx. I mean, that would be really fun, but I don't think it's going to hold it.
Well, he was hiding his own way through the draft. Twitch was hovered, and alas, not locked in. It's a spring special. Jinx via Velios.
Whoa. It turns out that Adoti actually Zillion ulted this game. We're back in spring.
Yeah, revived the spring meta indeed.
So, and the thing is, both of these teams will have done an awful lot of learning on how this matchup interacts. It wasn't that long ago that Jinx and Velios was a big pressure point for the entire league, right? Because first couple of levels, Jinx outpushes the Aphelios, gets to level 6, Aphelios gets kill pressure on that Jinx. It is an ebb and flow throughout the game, which allows your support to roam across the map on certain timings. So it's not going to be the Enchanter, it's going to be Aphelios, Nautilus. It's going to be even more engaged pressure from SK, and also gives you the ability to fight very early on into the game. Bot lanes, interactive, love to see it. Jezu, Unforgiven, also people that we really cannot undersell. They've been so pivotal to their teams recently.
Indeed, they are. And both of these drafts indicate to me a lot of bot lane focus, as you said. So much engage, so many ways to dive, so many ways to potentially snowball those lanes one way or another. That early game, as you mentioned, potentially quite cataclysmic, all puns intended.
There, but he's coming down. Nissy's coming with him. The double junglers of Mad Lions coming to fight.
It's going to be a complete bloodbath early. Nisky goes in, but Flash goes pop. Gilius still fine. Certus gets on to Elyoya, heads to Flash's pile. Back they go. Onslaught from the Severin from Jezu. Do what he can, Unforgiven. Throws in the zap. It's a champagne supernova. But for who? Explosions galore in the early game. Gilius ignited.
What is happening?
Blood. Certus. Who knows what it is? It's the LEC, baby. 2-0 to SK in the early game.
And we knew it was going to be about these jungles. Nisky, no flash, no chance in hell. And so much gold to SK. What did I say? SK on the up and up. They have ways to fight early. And you know what? I had good feelings about this team, even though Mad Lions were looking like I have bright-colored weapons. But it is still going to be a flash away. SK not quite there in time, but that's
going to go for it anyway for the backline to go. Gilius with a cataclysm to make him rain. As the cannon rod comes through and Tweet's taken very low. Mad punish this time around. Flash will bring it. Excited he is. And it's 2 to Mad Lions, and the gold is back to dead even.
Oh, and it looks like such a good combo, but you've got a cannon barrage one side. Unforgiven gets a 3-man super mega death rocket as well. Didn't actually end up getting the final blow, but it's just about to hit Megador again. Nisky, as you say, getting out of lane, starting to attack the map. This is what you wanted to see. Let's see what I can do with it.
Molotov comes down. Gilius coming over fast he can. On to Nisky. He goes to the side, shoved away. Megador at the wall, trying to stay alive. Flashing out best he can. Cannon barrage afterwards. And Kaiser is quickly coming up and secures himself a kill. It's 4 members of Mad Lions around, and SK turn up, but it's a little belabored, a little late. Cataclysm after flashed out for Gilius, trying to stay alive. But what about the turnaround? Certus with a stolen quickness will bring him down to his level. The chains go lashing and drag him straight to jail. Do not pass go, and Certus picks up 400 gold.
Oh, Mad Lions first to the play, but not quickly there enough to end the fight before
Mad Lions members punishing the overshot.
I want to see if Certus will commit to this. There's 1v2, and this is about to hit Meganar. If Silas manages to make their way to the fight, this is dangerous to Mad.
Okay, trying to hop away best he can, but Kaiser's coming down as well. Will they teleport to save? They're going to get Meganar to the wall, and they're trying to teleport this one around. So much damage to the cannon barrage. Secures the kill, and this is a teleport into Doom. Not quite yet. Gilius around the side, looking for a flag and a drag. Straight down into hell! Into the Coliseum, they go one more, and that Sanford has not been very close for a very long time. It might just be about to break apart.
Jesse's not got the best weapons. He's not really got he doesn't have a chakram combo with either of the 2 positions.
Nearly out of caliber. Should switch.
What can SK do to really start exploding this fight? They have the flank for Genax.
Certus as well with the quickness! Gets in and tries to bring them down. But what about the turn with the cannon barrage? Doing a lot of work. Meganar into the wall. Gilius into the backline. Murders Unforgiven. There is nothing left to do. Gilius must escape and will surely fall. Pulled out of the wall by Nisky's side. Big side for the battle continues. Jezu, big chunk down by Elyoya. Who flash jumped. You don't beat the Troll King. Mad Lions mid-jungle comes to play.
And what starts out as a wonderful flank movement from SK
down that Forget the name of it, doesn't matter, he's dead anyway. Depth charge, thank you very much. Bad time to be forgetting ability names. Armor tries to flash through the flag and dragon soul to manage it. Cataclysm comes through, but a cannon barrage to match. Trying to trade this one out anyway. Armor getting Gale forced down, and the gangplank dies just like that.
And just when they were turning up to that play, I had that thought coming through in my mind. Hang on, Mad Lions late game objectives. They've had some issues with this before. Now you got the Calibrum, Crescendum, Rifle turrets from Jezu, which means you have a lot of objective damage. Jezu going to be doing a lot of damage while these weapons stay active.
Elyoya has flash, it's off vision, can smite. This is still so risky. Gilius was the one person to fall. Searches off vision, looking for Kaiser. Dredgeline misses, but the Everfrost does not. What about the abscond of Dutch? Genex is back in over the wall trying to chase out Elyoya. And SK pull off. They cannot find the fight they were looking for and are not willing to flip versus online and very willing to try and murder whoever he get a hold of, as Kaiser does manage to escape from an attempted little SK invade.
Elyoya now going to find Treats. Elyoya no flash either.
But I don't know how much Treats wants this. Jezu steps up, has got Onslaught running. Elyoya ignited, but Treats is down. He's tricked into that one. Gilius getting knocked out, goes down. 2 already. Genex to the backside, but Mad punish SK. 3 for none.
It's another miscalculation again as we wave hi to you, as Mad Lions are going to go wave themselves over to that Baron, a hard-earned objective. Mad Lions, you know, we put that seed of doubt into them, trying to talk about whether this SK roster could land this upset, could follow on their run and form both teams on win streaks, but Mad Lions, we don't call them currently the best team in Europe for no reason. In the clutch, they've been coming up strong. If you push too hard, you go onto enemy vision. You see right now, they're pushing on towards. Can SK find something off of this?
Going to try and play as best they can. The pillar does not do as much as perhaps was wanted, and Mad Lions kind of forced away there as SK looking. Treats. Went for that flash hook, but now a turnaround from Nisqy with a seismic shove. They're on to the north, and he's dragged down to the depths.
Nisqy holds his nerve on the flash away from the hook, doesn't pull it there, knows it's missing, flashes forward to take out some of the teeth of SK's pick potential. You can't fight around that vision and pushing too far into it if you don't have your
Weavers
and
wall, and there's no Gwen in this game to stitch it right back up. Gilius into the Cataclysm, but it's only his own demise. The apocalypse strikes for SK. Their win streak is looking like it's close to ending.
SK in spring 2-0'd Mad Lions. Mad Lions replay the favor in summer, looking to send SK into a precarious position in summer.
They're the kings of the jungle, the kings of the LEC, and the Lions roar their way to another victory unless somehow, someway SK can do something. Jezu tries his best, but it will just not be enough.
A valiant effort, all things said and done from our 4 and 6 team, but Mad Lions cannot look down on this team. A close run affair. Mad Lions win it out in the clutch fights, in those team fights, and set themselves up again even more strongly at the top of the table.
It's beginning to look more and more like a little bit of a film here. MGM clearly with the Lions roaring their way in this one. They get the win.